Johannesburg, city of energy and opportunity, is awakening to a bright new tomorrow. Joburg is South Africa's largest and richest city and the powerhouse of the African continent. It contributes almost half the GDP of Gauteng province and is recognized as the most developed city in Africa. It has a population of close on 4 million and is a melting pot of cultures, customs and traditions. It's a city that's changing beneath our feet, ready for innovation and on high alert to the future. The way forward has been mapped out. The Growth and Development Strategy of 2011 included a public consultation process that was vast in its scope and clear in its outcomes. It showed what citizens want and what leaders can achieve. But Johannesburg has a unique challenge to overcome. The social engineering of apartheid-era town planners created featureless townships for black people on the outskirts of cities and towns. These were largely devoid of quality amenities and far from the economic activity of the city itself. People would have to get up long before sunrise to begin the arduous journey to work. For many years, this artificially entrenched daily migration stifled the city and the majority of its people. Great progress has been made since these pictures were taken, of course, but the legacy of segregation continues to impede the natural flow of people and economic activity from one place to another. Determined to free its citizens from social and geographic inequality, the city has implemented a powerful new strategy and called it the Corridors of Freedom. The Corridors of Freedom program is overturning historic spatial imbalances. At last, development is going to where the people are. The strategy envisages vibrant arteries of business activity with amenities such as schools, hospitals and recreational facilities interspersed through the areas where people live, work and play. This mix of amenities will allow citizens to do the things that nourish bodies, stimulate minds and nurture a sense of belonging. Safe, fast and convenient public transport is a key element of the plan. Frequent nodes where different forms of transport come together will bring every part of the city within easy reach. Trains, buses and taxis will combine to form a complete and integrated public transport system. That's the plan, and the plan is already well on the way to reality. Ria Vaya, Joburg's world-class bus rapid transit system, was inaugurated in 2010, and so far has grown to almost 200 kilometers of route mileage around the city. Carrying its passengers in comfort and safety, Ria Vaya has delivered on every promise that was made for it. The system has a dedicated right-of-way infrastructure with frequent stations along every route. The stations are modern, convenient and easy for anybody to use. Ria Vaya has made a real difference to mobility patterns in the city, and its smart buses are to be seen everywhere. The success of Joburg's initiatives has been supported by the Gauteng government. After years of underinvestment in public transport, huge catalytic projects like the Gautrain have been put in place. The rail modernization projects are fully integrated with the Ria Vaya network, which continues to expand at a rapid rate. The latest construction is through the northern suburb of Sandton, which has long been the exclusive preserve of the private car. Sandton has recently been connected to the railway, and now Ria Vaya is gearing up to play its part in relieving the congestion. So while the private car is unlikely to ever disappear from the highways of Johannesburg, the reasons for leaving it at home are becoming ever more compelling. The creation of well-designed public spaces is another element of the Corridors of Freedom program. A clean and safe urban landscape is critical for any city dweller's well-being. And urban renewal is paving the way for private sector investment. The Newtown Cultural Precinct is an exciting example of public sector investment triggering private sector participation. Newtown's Turbine Hall is a listed heritage site, but over the years it had fallen into decay and was the main impediment to private sector investment in the area. But all that has changed. The once empty spaces now hold the offices of commerce, while the historic industrial architecture has been preserved. And the Turbine Hall project has been emulated in other parts of the district. Newtown, once the epitome of inner-city decay, is now a thriving centre of business, art and education. Throughout the city, greenery brings its relaxing influence to parks and malls. In fact, the world's largest urban forest forms a giant green lung through the suburbs, breathing coolness and tranquility into the surroundings. And new indigenous trees are constantly being planted, affirming that the city means business on the environmental front. In a cameo of how life in a great and ambitious city is beginning to be lived, solar panels produce their silent energy, while clear flowing water and indigenous wetland plantings create a haven for wildlife. And in attending to the issues which affect the environment, the noxious methane gas that permeates the rubbish in landfill sites is captured and burnt off. This latent energy will eventually provide electricity for thousands of households. Another initiative changing the lives of citizens is Josie at Work, a program using local people to see to the day-to-day maintenance of municipal infrastructure, such as fixing potholes. Thousands of previously unemployed people have found work in this way. The digital age has not passed Johannesburg by, and the transformation into a smart city is well in hand. Today, access to information is becoming a right, not a privilege, and bridging the digital divide is proceeding apace. More and more, computers control the operation of public systems. From integrated fare collection to the sophisticated surveillance systems in the fight against crime, the city is moving to the efficiency and convenience of an electronic network. Underpinning every project and every allocation of resources is the prime mover of economic growth. Growth is the springboard to everything else, and maintaining it is crucial. The issuing of the Green Bond in June 2014 was 150% oversubscribed, demonstrating investor confidence in Joburg's commitment to the environment and a low carbon footprint. For the massive capital projects on the table to progress, for people's lives to be improved in the way we would wish, there must be investment. And there's no reason why it should not come. The city shows good fiscal management and is committed to finding new and better funding mechanisms. Joburg began life as a patch of felt sitting quietly on a gold mine. The flood of humanity that rushed in to strike it rich came from every colour and creed. Those early diggings were the crucible of the city's diversity today. Since those rough and ready days, the city's urban landscape has changed as much as its politics have. But one thing hasn't changed. Johannesburg is the economic giant of Africa. What we have before us now is the future of a remarkable city. A city that's never ordinary, never grey. A place of reaching ambition and supercharged adrenaline. A city that its citizens know will succeed, and succeed in its bold, big-hearted way. We invite you to participate in that success, because Johannesburg, as we know, has a heart of gold.